Hello, I'm Tracy Pierce. Thanks for joining me for this series of free mini animal communications. And so this idea to talk to the animals during the pandemic was really born out of, just wondering what the animals were thinking, what was going on in their minds as, the world starts to shut down, their humans are home more often, wild animals are suddenly seeing humans not around so much. So what were they thinking? So that's how this series was really born. And so today we're going to be talking with some kitties that are new to me. Let me see if I can share my screen here with you. So today we're going to be, oh, hi, Margaret. Thanks for joining us, Margaret. We're going to be talking with Spunky and Spot. So my understanding is Spunky's on the left and Spot is on the right. And just as a reminder, if you're joining me live, if you're on Zoom, there should be on the bottom of your Zoom screen a button that says chat. You can type in any questions you have for the kitties there. And if you're joining me on Facebook, if you type into the comments, I should be able to see there. So, all right, I'm just going to start getting quiet and tuning into Spunky and Spot and see what they might like to share with us today. Yeah, so the information I have is that these guys are brothers, most likely brothers. They were found together, and they're about 13 right now. What I feel initially is just a lot of warmth and love kind of vibrating through them. It's almost like they're both showing their purringness, like they're showing the vibration of purring and their energy around them. There's this sense of coziness, kind of tucked in, like a little kid tucked in. So Spunky and Spot, is there anything you guys want to share with us? Or I know your favorite human is on the line with us as well. Anything you want us or her to know? I feel really, they're happy that their human can be around more often. They say it brings this kind of sense of fullness to the house that it's not that the house wasn't full before, but there's this different fullness with her being there more frequently with the shelter in place and the lockdown here in the US. So your human wants to know if you guys are feeling healthy and happy. So I'm feeling Spunky, the one on the left, coming through a little bit more. He says, yes, I definitely feel healthy and happy. He's like, I can definitely tell that I'm not a young kitten anymore. My energy isn't always as high as it used to be. There's a little bit of, it's like I definitely feel a bit older, but I don't feel unhealthy. How about you, Spot? Are you feeling healthy and happy these days? Oh yes, he shows himself kind of curling in with Spunky, and um, it almost feels like you guys relate to each other as, or kind of come forward as one unit in some ways. Is that how you guys feel yourself, or? Well, we're definitely separate beings, but there are a lot of times we come together and our energy works together. So is this like, it almost feels like you guys have this plan for your existence with your human, and because you're doing it together, you guys are able to be stronger, or something like that? said, yes, it does really feel like we are a unit working with her. Okay, look here. So your human's asking, why are you guys only going after treats and not wanting to eat the good canned food? So the sense I'm getting, it's like my mouth gets really watery when I'm asking them about, they're showing me the treats. Like the treats, their mouth gets really watery. There's almost like a saltiness to it that is part of why they like the treats more. So you guys just don't like, is there something about the wet food that you don't like, or? It's just not as interesting right now is what they're saying. There is something about the extra salt. Um, is that health related? Like, do you feel like you need more salt in your diet for some reason? It's just a taste we really want to go after, is what they're saying. Okay, well, sometimes the treats aren't always, the healthiest for you. That's why you get the canned food as well. Is there, like, do you feel like the food needs to be changed, or? They're like humans, liking salty food. Yep, yep. Well, you guys, this isn't always the healthiest for you just to eat the treats. Um, I wonder if you might consider coming back to eating the wet food. I don't know. There's kind of this, it's almost like it just doesn't quite taste as good to them. Um, yeah, there's something, Carol, they're really craving that saltiness, which, may not be good for them. Um, I don't know if that's something maybe their vet could give some more advice about. Let's see, I've changed up and started their old canned food with chunks of meat, and they're eating more of that. Okay. So is there something else about the food you want to tell us, Spunky and Spot? Well, they're I feel them both kind of coming forward like, we don't feel like we're having a problem right now. um, okay, well, it sounds like you're human. Maybe you do need to eat and all that, of course. Um, I wonder if there's something going on in your physical bodies that you feel like you need more salt or something. Uh, I feel Spot saying there's something about the salt that actually helps them feel more full somehow. Well, I think that the other food may be actually healthier for you guys. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Carol. They're not seeing the food um, as an issue. uh, I don't know if you wouldn't like not give them treats for a while, if that would kind of direct them more towards the food, or how your habit there is with feeding them. But um, they don't think that there's a problem. All right, Carol. So they're also wondering. Oh, that's because they work as a team to beat you up until you get them. Okay, I guess they're sounding pretty demandy. Um, yeah, Carol. I don't know exactly what you're feeding them, but it might be worth, if it's really concerning, talking to the vet and seeing, because the cats are telling me they don't see a problem, but your vet might be able to make some other recommendations around food. But so kitties, also Carol's wondering if you could not walk on her keyboard while she's working. But it's the best way to distract you, they say. Yes, well, we want attention, you're here. It's how we get our attention. Okay, so Spunky and Spot, you know, things have kind of changed with the pandemic, and so she's going to be home more and actually has to get work done at home that she would normally, you know, go to the office for. Yes, very cat-like in nature, their answer, which is, well, you know, just she's here. We don't run on a schedule like she does, and we want attention. And it doesn't seem like they're really going to necessarily stop that behavior. They actually are pretty excited that you get to work at home a little bit more and to have more attention time with them. Um, yeah, I almost feel them saying, you know, if this is really a problem, then maybe you're going to have to close the door to where you're working. Um, it seems like they do not have any intention of stopping this behavior. Well, Spot and Spunky, it's kind of causing, you know, Carol to have some problems with getting her work done, it sounds like. We're just reminding you at times you need a break, is what they say. Yeah, they're asking if maybe there's a way, like when they do that, that might be a good sign to get up and like walk into the kitchen or into a different room and to take a break from the computer. Yeah, they're also, Spot is showing me he feels like there's a lot of energy, or maybe it's EMFs that he's showing, but the energy that kind of comes out from the computer. Um, Sometimes he feels like it's hitting you a bit too much and becoming more disruptive to your energy. And Spot is saying that's one of the reasons that he likes to walk over your computer, is to remind you to get up and take a break. Oh, the kitties have sent a file to your boss through Skype, huh? Okay. There is a bit of mischievousness to these two, that is for sure. um, so Spunky and Spot, anything else that you want to tell us about you guys, or your thoughts about the coronavirus or what's happening in the world right now? Well, Spot saying he really wishes that people could have as much harmony in their houses as he feels like they do on a day-to-day basis. Says life is so much easier when things are moving in a more harmonious kind of fashion. Yeah, Spot's showing me like part of his mission or purpose, if you will, is around harmony. Can you say more about that, Spot? Well, he's showing how he and Spunky kind of show they the way they energetically interact together shows harmony, and they're showing this to a greater audience, like anybody who comes to her house. um, yeah, it's almost like this vibration of vibration of harmony that they're spreading out through the whole house. Do you want to tell us any more about that, Spot, or your thoughts, Spunky? Well, Spunky's saying he's a little bit more of a like a lookout, or like he shows himself doing a patrol around the house, like looking out the windows and making sure everything's okay. He feels that is more a part of his role. Okay, so Carol's asking, are you guys actually brothers or litter mates, or were you just found together? Oh, litter mates. Like, yeah, I see this bubble around them and the other kitties. Yeah, it does feel like they're litter mates. Yeah, I see like these strands of DNA. They're showing like, look how similar we are. Yes, we're actually litter mates. They're showing the DNA strands kind of cross each other and showing like, oh, this matches, this matches. Okay. So is one of you guys the dominant or more alpha here, or huh? It's interesting because when I asked that question at first, I feel Spunky kind of like put his head up, and then it feels like it comes back down to this level, and then I feel Spot's head kind of lift up and raise. So do you mean, it almost seems like you mean by that that you like sometimes one is more dominant than others? Yeah, they're saying it's not that one is always more dominant. A lot of times they're sharing the power, but that sometimes one will show up more as the dominant than the other. All right, so your human would like to know, will you guys ever like anybody that she dates, or do you guys just want her for yourself? So what I feel this harmony thing come up again, and Spot is saying it's not that we don't want you to date or fall in love with somebody. It's that we're really looking for this harmonious, energetic intermingling that he feels like sometimes you get a glimpse of it with some of the partners you've chosen, but wow, Spot's pretty he's getting into that dominant attitude a little bit actually here, and he's like, I just don't feel like the ones you've brought home so far have had that real harmonious energy that you need in order to have something sustainable. I wonder if you could say, maybe Spunky, you could add to that, or it sounds like from just what Carol wrote that you guys have really rejected any partners that she's brought home. I get this sense of they're almost like putting an energetic bubble around you, Carol, and saying this is the level of harmony we need in order to let this other partner come in. So that's, yeah, it's almost like I can see like a partner bouncing off this kind of energetic thing that they're holding for you. And there is almost this sense of like, I especially get this from Spot, of him being a father who wants to approve of your gentleman callers kind of energy a little bit. Yeah, Spot's very protective of you, actually, it seems like, Carol. Spot, does it feel like you might be willing to or able to help Carol find a partner? So I see this kind of funny thing of like Spot sitting on the couch or something with you. I don't, and Carol, I have no idea how you do your dating thing, but he's showing like looking at a phone with a dating app and like kind of watching with you, like looking at the potential applicants and helping you decide which way to swipe. There's a sense that Spot does want you to have a partner, but he's very picky and he wants to help you try to find that partner. So Carol, I don't know if that's anything that resonates with you, if you would be willing to let Spot help you find a partner, but it does seem like they want that for you. They just have very high standards. All right, so we're coming close to the end of our time. If you have any last minute questions, go ahead and type them into the Zoom chat or the comments on Facebook. Spunky and Spot, is there anything else you guys would like to share with us before we close the session today? So they're showing this, again, hopefulness, and they're saying we have a lot more hope than some of the other animals you've talked to recently, Tracy. I know, like last week we talked to some wild animals who maybe had some point of views about humans that weren't so flattering. But Spot especially is saying, I have a lot of hope for humans and the human race and for them moving forward. And he does say it has a lot to do with this harmony piece. And yeah, I feel that harmony, again, just radiating out, especially from Spot. But there's also this hopefulness in his energy as well. He feels like, you know, where other animals or humans maybe feel, oh, the world's just going to hell, like that is not his viewpoint at all. He has a lot of hope. So Spunky and Spot, do you have any other requests or changes or things you might like to see different at your house? I'm hearing like the food's good, the water's good, the situation. Yeah, no, they're like, no, there's no like big requests that they're showing. Like we're overall very happy. We feel like we get great care. Um, yeah, they're actually, it's like saying in there, we really like the vet that you take us to. They're really good. Yeah, we don't have any requests. We're happy. Okay, so Carol's saying she feels that Spot is the older, wiser, and Spunky seems to be the more spoiled younger child. Yeah. I've jumped around from vet to vet. So is there a specific vet? Last time Spunky was sick, he went to a new vet. Okay. So Spot, is that Spunky? Did you like the most recent vet that you went to? He's saying okay. The most recent vet went to was okay, but I don't know. It seems like there's one right before that they liked better. I get the sense of being that the vet was also a female. I don't know if that helps narrow it down. All right. All right. Well, thank you, Spunky and Spot. The other vet you did not like. Okay. So any Spunky and Spot, it sounds like there's some issues with the vet, and yeah, you guys definitely, yeah, I do feel you guys liking women more. Yeah, it feels like there was one vet that was a female they liked better. I'm not sure where that is in the order of who they saw, but they liked her gentleness. Spunky's not opposed to the most recent one they went to. It just wasn't his favorite. So. All right, thank you, Spunky and Spot, for sharing so much wisdom with us here today. It's been so much fun for me to do these little sessions. We're doing them through the end of this week now. And it's just been so much fun. And if you missed any of them and you're interested, you can always hop on over to my YouTube channel. I'm posting all of the videos we do here. So again, thanks for joining me here today. And until next time, take care and be well.